Dear learners, a warm welcome to this module on counseling and mental health. I am delighted to have you here as we begin an insightful journey to understand how counseling contributes to emotional well-being and psychological growth. Before we begin, let me briefly share what we aim to achieve through this module. By the end of this module, you will be able to understand the concept of counseling and explain its relevance in promoting mental health and emotional well-being. Analyze the growing need of counseling in contemporary society, especially due to increasing mental health concerns such as stress, anxiety, depression, and emotional conflicts. Explain how counseling helps in developing psychological resilience, emotional regulation, positive self-concept, and overall personality integration. Recognize the role of counseling in different settings such as educational institutions, hospitals, rehabilitation centers, community health services, and workplaces. Now that we are clear about the purpose and the objectives of this module, let us begin with a brief introduction to understand the context and importance of counseling in today's world. In today's fast-paced and demanding world, people face numerous emotional and psychological challenges. Academic pressure, career uncertainty, family responsibility, and social expectations can all become sources of stress. Over time, these experiences may affect one's emotional balance, relationships, and even physical health. This is where counseling plays a vital role. Counseling is a professional and confidential helping process in which a trained counselor assists individuals in understanding themselves, clarifying their problems, and developing coping strategies to deal with life's challenges. It promotes personal growth, emotional well-being, and self-awareness. Counseling is not only for those experiencing mental illness, it is equally valuable for individuals seeking personal development, better decision making, and improved emotional regulation. Through counseling, one can express feelings safely, explore personal difficulties, and develop skills to lead a balanced and fulfilling life. While counseling offers a pathway to emotional stability, it is important to understand the context in which it has become increasingly necessary. The global mental health scenario today is one of growing concern. Rapid urbanization, social isolation, academic competition, unemployment, and digital overload have significantly increased the prevalence of psychological distress. Issues such as anxiety, depression, burnout, and substance abuse are no longer confined to specific age groups. They affect children, adolescents, and adults alike. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in every 8 people worldwide lives with a mental disorder. Similarly, the World Mental Health Report highlights that depression and anxiety alone cost the global economy nearly $1 trillion per year in lost productivity. These alarming statistics remind us that mental health challenges are not rare but widespread, affecting individuals across all walks of life. To understand the relationship between counseling and mental well-being, let us first look at how mental health is defined by major international bodies. World Health Organization. Mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively, and is able to contribute to his or her community. American Psychological Association. Mental health refers to a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being, encompassing the capacity to manage feelings, cope with stress, manage relationships, and make rational decisions. From these definitions, it becomes clear that mental health is more than just the absence of mental illness. It involves positive emotional functioning, resilience, self-esteem, and a sense of purpose in life. Counseling and mental health are deeply interlinked. While mental health represents a state of psychological well-being, counseling provides the process through which individuals can achieve and maintain that well-being. Through professional guidance, counseling helps people recognize emotional challenges early, develop coping skills, and restore balance to their thoughts and actions. It encourages resilience, empathy, and positive self concept, essential pillars of mental health. In modern times, as mental health issues continue to rise globally, counseling stands as one of the most effective preventive and empowering interventions. It enables individuals not just to recover from distress, but to thrive mentally, emotionally, and socially. In essence, counseling serves as a bridge between emotional struggle and psychological strength. It empowers individuals to manage life's pressures with self awareness and confidence. As we progress through this module, we will explore how counseling, when integrated effectively in schools, workplaces, and communities, can play a transformative role in promoting mental health and overall well being. Dear learners, we have a clear understanding of what counseling is and why it is important. Let us take a closer look at how counseling directly relates to mental health. Counseling is not just about providing support, it plays a key role in promoting emotional well being, resolving inner conflicts, and helping individuals cope with life's challenges. Counseling helps individuals confront inner conflicts, process difficult emotions, and adapt healthier thought patterns. In mental health care, it is recognized as a first line intervention for conditions such as anxiety, depression, trauma, grief, addiction, and personality disorders. By offering a safe, empathic, and space, counseling ensures that individuals feel heard, validated, and supported, an essential aspect of emotional healing. Now, you might wonder how counseling differs from casual conversation with friends or family. Well, while friends may provide advice based on their personal experiences, counseling is anchored in professional training, psychological theories, and ethical practice. Counselors use structured techniques and frameworks to understand issues more deeply and objectively. Another key feature is confidentiality. In counseling, what you share remains private, creating a secure space for open discussion. Of course, exceptions exist, such as situations where someone's safety is at risk, but otherwise, the counseling environment is fully protected and professional. Now, as we have explored how counseling supports mental health and promotes emotional well being, it is important to understand that counseling is not a one size fits all process. Depending on the individual's needs, challenges, and the context, counseling can take different forms and approaches. We generally recognize three main types of counseling. Let us take a closer look at each of them. The first is individual counseling. This involves a one-on-one session between a counselor and a client. The focus is entirely on the individual's concerns, providing personalized support and opportunities for in-depth self-exploration. The second type is marriage and family counseling. This type addresses relational and familial conflicts. It helps couples or family members improve communication, resolve misunderstandings, and strengthen emotional bonds. Marriage and family counseling is especially useful when conflicts affect relationship or overall family harmony. The third type is group counseling. In this approach, a group of individuals dealing with similar concerns such as grief, divorce, or substance abuse come together. Group counseling provides peer support, shared learning, and a sense of community, allowing participants to feel understood and less isolated. Now, let us talk about the modes in which counseling can be delivered. The first mode is face to face counseling. This takes place in a private setting, such as clinic, school, or counseling center. It allows for direct interaction between the counselor and the client, provide immediate feedback, and a personal connection. The second mode is online counseling. This is delivered through digital platforms like video calls, phones, chats, or emails. Online counseling offers flexibility and accessibility, making it easier to people in remote areas or those with time constraints to receive support. At this point, you might be wondering, how do we know when it is the right time to seek counseling? Well, counseling can be valuable for anyone, but it becomes especially helpful in certain situations. Some common signs that indicate the need for counseling include persistent stress or anxiety that affects daily life, mood disturbances such as prolonged sadness, irritability, or anger, relationship conflicts with family, friends, and colleagues, difficulty making decisions or feeling stuck in life, low motivation or self worth, traumatic experiences that are hard to process alone, academic or work related burnout, major life transitions such as moving, marriage, or retirement. It is also important to remember that counseling is not only for those facing difficulties, it can be equally beneficial for individuals who are seeking personal growth, self exploration, or guidance in achieving life goals. By recognizing these signs and being open to support, counseling can help individuals navigate challenges, build resilience, and enhance overall mental and emotional well being. Next, we are going to take a closer look at why counseling is needed. In the contemporary world, individuals are frequently exposed to a range of complex life situations, rapid socio-economic changes, and evolving cultural expectations that directly or indirectly affect their psychological well being. In such a scenario, counseling emerges as an essential and indispensable support system that not only addresses mental health concerns but also contributes to personal development, social functioning, and emotional resilience. Now, we will be discussing the various reasons for which counseling has become a critical necessity in today's context. Rising prevalence of mental health concerns. Over the past decades, there has been a notable rise in the incidence of mental health issues such as anxiety disorders, depressive episodes, stress related dysfunctions, emotional exhaustion, and substance abuse. These challenges are no longer confined to clinical settings but are increasingly seen across educational institutions, workplaces, and households. In this landscape, counseling plays a preventive and therapeutic role, offering individuals a structured space to explore their emotions, identify maladaptive patterns, and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Timely counseling interventions can help prevent the progression of mild psychological distress into chronic mental health conditions, thereby contributing to long term mental wellness. Breaking the stigma and promoting help seeking behavior. In many communities, mental health remains surrounded by myths, taboos, and societal stigma, often discouraging individuals from seeking professional help. Emotional struggles are frequently misunderstood as personal weakness or moral failing, resulting in guilt, shame, and social withdrawal. Counseling serves as a transformative platform to destigmatize mental health concerns by promoting open conversations, validating personal experiences, and emphasizing that psychological support is a sign of strength rather than deficiency. Through empathetic listening, interaction, counseling professionals help normalize the process of seeking help, thereby empowering individuals to prioritize their mental health needs. Support for vulnerable and at risk populations. Certain segments of the population face unique psychosocial challenges that demand targeted and specialized counseling services. These include children with learning or behavioral difficulties who struggle with academic demands and social acceptance, adolescents facing identity crisis, peer pressure, and emotional turbulence, women experiencing gender based violation, discrimination, or role overload, individuals dealing with societal non acceptance, marginalization, or internalized stigma, elderly individuals coping with loneliness, physical decline, bereavement, and existential concerns. For these vulnerable groups, counseling provides individualized interventions that cater to their specific needs and cultural sensitivities. It creates a safe and inclusive environment where they can explore their struggles, build self worth, and access the emotional resources necessary for coping and recovery. Navigating major life transitions. Life is replete with transitions such as entering adolescence, changing careers, getting married, becoming a parent, losing a loved one, retiring, or relocating that often bring about significant emotional disruption. While these transitions are natural parts of human development, they can also be sources of uncertainty, anxiety, grief, or role confusion. Counseling facilitates a smoother navigation through these phases by offering emotional clarity, coping strategies, stress management tools, and perspective taking exercises. It enables individuals to embrace changes with confidence, adaptability, and resilience, thereby preventing long term psychological consequences. Suicide prevention and crisis intervention. The alarming increase in suicidal ideation, self harming behavior, and emotional crisis, particularly among youth and marginalized populations, calls for robust and immediate mental health interventions. Often, individuals experiencing suicidal thoughts feel overwhelmed, isolated, and hopeless, perceiving no other way to escape their pain. Counseling is a life saving intervention in such scenarios, providing emotional first aid, validating the client's experiences, and helping them find meaning and purpose amid sufferings. Skilled counselors are trained to recognize warning signs, conduct risk assessments, establish safety plans, and refer clients to emergency services when needed. More importantly, they create a compassionate space that restores hope, facilitates healing, and reconnects individuals with their intrinsic desire to live. Bridging emotional gaps in modern life. Technological advancement, while connecting people virtually, have paradoxically led to emotional disconnection, superficial interaction, and lack of authentic support system. Many individuals feel unheard, misunderstood, or emotionally neglected despite being surrounded by others. Counseling bridges this emotional gap by offering a relationship grounded in active listening, empathy, and unconditional positive regard. It provides a space where clients are not judged, interrupted, or dismissed, but rather heard and supported in their journey towards clarity and emotional resolution. Cultivating mental health awareness and literacy. Lack of awareness regarding the signs, symptoms, and impact of mental health conditions often delays help seeking behavior. Counseling not only addresses psychological symptoms but also serves as an educational process that enhances clients' mental health literacy. Through mental health awareness, clients gain a deeper understanding of their own emotions, stress triggers, behavioral patterns, and mental processes. This awareness empowers individuals to make informed decisions about their well being, practice emotional hygiene, and extend mental health support to others within their social circles. Dear learners, understanding the need for counseling gives us a clear picture of why it is essential. But beyond need, it is also important to recognize how counseling contributes to mental well being in practical and meaningful ways. Let us now focus on the importance of counseling for mental health and see how it helps individuals build resilience, cope with challenge, and maintain emotional balance in their everyday lives. In an era where psychological stress, social isolation, and emotional overload have become increasingly prevalent, counseling plays a central role in sustaining and enhancing mental well being. Counseling bridges the gap between emotional distress and psychological flourishing by equipping individuals with the tools and strategies to live healthier, more balanced lives. The key dimensions that highlight the profound importance of counseling for mental well being. Counseling promotes psychological resilience. One of the most significant benefits of counseling is its ability to build psychological resilience, the capacity to adapt positively in the face of adversity, trauma, or stress. Through therapeutic engagement, individuals are guided to recognize their inner strengths, reframe negative experiences, and develop coping mechanisms that empower them to bounce back from life setbacks. Counselors use a variety of techniques, including cognitive behavioral strategies, narrative therapy, and strengths based approach to help clients confront difficulties with courage and flexibility. Encourages emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is a cornerstone of psychological well being. Many individuals struggle with managing intense emotions such as anger, fear, guilt, anxiety, and sadness. Unregulated emotions can lead to impulsive behaviors, relationship conflicts, and deteriorating mental health. Through the counseling process, clients are encouraged to explore the roots of their emotions, identify emotional triggers, and develop techniques to express and manage feelings in constructive ways. Techniques like mindfulness, relaxation training, thought reframing, and journaling are employed to enhance emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions as well as empathize with others. Enhance self concept and self efficacy. Counseling fosters a deeper understanding of oneself by helping individuals reflect on their thoughts, values, experiences, and aspirations. This introspection nurtures a positive self concept, which is essential for personal growth and psychological satisfaction. Prevents the escalation of mental health disorder. Timely and appropriate counseling can act as a preventive mental health strategy, halting the progression of minor emotional or behavioral concerns into more serious psychological disorders. Early interventions help in identifying at risk individuals and addressing their difficulties before they reach a critical stage. Strengthens interpersonal relationships. Counseling significantly contributes to improving the quality of interpersonal relationships, including those with families, friendships, romantic partnerships, and professional environments. Many emotional issues stem from unresolved conflicts, poor communication, or unhealthy relational patterns. Through couple, family, or group counseling formats, individuals learn effective communication skills, active listening, empathy, and conflict resolution strategies. These interventions reduce relational tension, restore trust, and foster healthier emotional connections, thereby enhancing overall social and emotional functioning. Dear learners, let us now explore the different mental health settings where counseling plays a crucial role and see how it contributes to emotional support, personal growth, and overall mental health in each context. Counseling services today are no longer confined to traditional clinical environments. They have expanded into a wide range of social, institutional, and occupational settings, reflecting the growing recognition that mental well being is essential in every aspect of life. Let us take a closer look at some of the key settings where counseling plays a pivotal role. Educational institutions, schools, colleges, and universities are critical spaces for emotional and psychological development. Counselors in these settings address concerns such as academic stress, performance anxiety, bullying, peer pressure, identity issues, and self esteem challenges. They provide both individual and group counseling, career guidance, psychoeducation, and crisis intervention. Beyond remedial support, school and college counselors promote emotional literacy, resilience, social skills, and a positive learning environment, helping students navigate their formative years with confidence and psychological security. Hospitals and mental health clinics. In clinical setting, counseling is often delivered by licensed psychologists, psychotherapists, and mental health professionals. These counselors work with individuals experiencing trauma, chronic medical conditions, grief, substance use disorder, eating disorders, or severe psychiatric illnesses like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Here, counseling is evidence based and tailored to each client, employing approach such as cognitive behavior therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, psychodynamic therapy, and mindfulness based interventions. Clinical counseling plays a critical role in managing complex emotional and psychiatric conditions and supporting recovery. Rehabilitation centers. Rehabilitation centers focus on helping individuals recover and reintegrate after substance use, physical disabilities, domestic violence, or trauma from disasters. Counselors provide trauma informed care and psychosocial support, helping clients regain emotional balance and develop independent life skills. Workplaces. Workplace counseling has become a strategic tool for enhancing both employee well being and organizational productivity. Through employee assistance programs and in house counseling services, employees receive support for stress management, burnout, interpersonal conflicts, career dissatisfaction, and work life balance. Workplace counselors also offer training in emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, and time management and mindfulness. These interventions not only help employees thrive but also lead to reduced absenteeism, high morale, and better retention rates. In all these settings, counseling adapts to the unique needs of the environment and the individuals it serves, highlighting its versatility, accessibility, and essential role in promoting mental health across the lifespan. As we come to the end of this module, it is clear that counseling is a powerful tool for promoting mental well being, personal growth, and emotional resilience. It is practical in diverse settings and delivered through various modes, whether face to face or online, to ensure accessibility and effectiveness. In essence, counseling serves as a guiding companion, helping individuals understand themselves better, strengthen their mental health, and achieve meaningful growth in all aspects of life. That was all from this session. I hope you found it insightful and engaging, and that it inspires you to appreciate the value of counseling in everyday life. Keep exploring, stay curious, and take care of your mental well being. Thank you for being part of the session. Goodbye.